In this video, we're looking at creating a piece of Aboriginal art using mixed media. So what mixed media means is you can use a range of different materials, pens, paints, colour pencils, collage, whatever you want really together in one piece of art. So we're working on top of the watercolour experimental backgrounds that we used in the last lesson. And I am then working in from my story that I wrote, looking at the symbols. I've got my kangaroo, who's the main character. I've got a river flowing, I've got the sun, and I've got mountains. So first thing I used was felt tips, and then I move on to collage. So it doesn't need to be perfect. I've drawn a rough circle. You'll notice I drew it a reverse, the side that I want to use, and then I've cut it out. I will just use a Pritt stick then to stick this down. And you can see I didn't want this going over the legs of the kangaroo, so I trimmed them just to make sure that the legs were still visible. I've also used a little bit of string in this. I think I probably could have used more string and it would have been more successful, but this is what we've got in this video. And then working back again with the felt tips, I am looking at the images we've explored earlier with animals and the styles they use when they're adding the patterns in. Now at this stage I could be using paint or colouring pencils instead if I wanted, because they would allow me also quite a lot of detail. Another good way of creating nice even dots is to use a hole punch in coloured paper, and you'll get lots of nice circles in the same size which you can use maybe in larger areas such as the background. And once I had my kangaroo done, I started to move on to some of the background a little bit more. Now obviously I don't want to fill the background because I have got that nice painted texture going on behind, but I do want to have something more than what there is at the minute. So consider the different techniques that you've looked at so far. Obviously dotting is going to feature, but we also use the kind of dash paint technique. So if that's something you enjoyed, you may wish to use that in your video. So you'll see here I use it in a section because again I don't want to cover too much of the background up. Other things I could have used would be card and beads. You could use lentils or rice as well. There's lots of different ways you can work in mixed media. So give it a go.